All through high school, girls by the dozens, saying we cousins, knowing that we wasn't, but like the old saying goes, time goes on and everybody grows. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. All right, man, look. Who is it? It's Elmo Biz. Oops. All right, man, look. I just watched what I think is the best fight of the year. Inoue versus Donaire. That fight was fantastic. Everybody who showed up to my live stream, thank you. That was an amazing fight. We had a great time. We had a lot of laughs. But the fight itself, I've never called such a great fight. I got it above Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. I really like that fight. That's my favorite fight. With saying that, though it was a watershed moment, it was one of those Sugar Ray Leonard versus Terry Norris fights for Terry Norris. Hard-fought fight for an up-and-comer fighter, a shooting star like Inoue. And thank you to the show business partner, Regulator, for bringing him to my attention. And that makes this magazine a collector's item to me. I'm going to put this in plastic and a board because we may be looking at the next Manny Pacquiao. I'm talking about a multi-division title holder. That's how highly I see Inoue. We'll see what happens. But that's not this video. Let's discuss Deontay Wilder. And a few of you guys that were in my live stream, I covered it. But let's make it an official video. Deontay Wilder saying that, hey, he's not about that franchise noise. He's not going to do the franchise title. If they were to offer him the franchise title, he's going to denounce it. He's not going to accept it, okay? I think what he said was great for the boxing community. I do. I think it was great for the people because that's what the people want to hear. That means that he's in tune with the boxing community. He's speaking for the boxing community. He's saying great things. But at the same time, it doesn't characterize exactly what's going on with the franchise title. It's not even the truth, okay? Here's the truth. The truth is Deontay Wilder can't say no to the franchise title because it would never be offered to him. Why? Because he's the heavyweight champion of the world. And the franchise title is for those people who can move up and down weight classes. See, the point of the franchise title is, like I said, I gave a full explanation of the franchise title, and I was able to do so because I spent an entire day speaking with the WBC to understand the franchise title. You see, my whole thing wasn't just to jump in front of the franchise title, wave my finger, talk about how much I didn't like it. I wanted to understand it first to know what I'm complaining about. I'm not just a complainer. I need to know what I'm complaining about. And as my knowledge grew, my biggest concern was, why is it good for the sport of boxing? That's what I wanted to know. And once I found out why the franchise title exists, Deontay Wilder would never ever be in a position to gain the franchise title. Never. It is for those who can move up and down weight classes and take on the best fighters. The franchise title is allowing a fighter to go to different weight classes and be the WBC champion. What that means is when they go, just like Canelo Alvarez moving up to light heavyweight, he can fight for the title immediately, meaning that he can fight a champion. And the reason for the franchise title is to have fans see big fights that they like. It is to promote big fights. That's why Bob Arum asked for it. That's why Golden Boy wanted it, because it's for the promoter and it's for the fans, but it's definitely for the promoter. Because if you were to beat Canelo, if you beat Lomachenko, they do not lose that designation as a franchise champion. See, they do not lose the leverage to take on champions for big fights. They're always the champion. So it works for the promoter. The promoter is like, hey, look, no matter what, Canelo Alvarez, if he loses, it doesn't matter. He's still there to take on another big fight. Okay, you can call that unfair if you want. But what that does is it allows for Canelo Alvarez versus Better BF now more than ever. It promotes that type of fight. Why? Because if Canelo loses, he doesn't lose his designation. He doesn't lose his leverage. The reason why fighters cherry pick now, the reason why fighters cherry pick today is because they don't want to lose their status. That's why That's why you got Charlo versus Dennis Hogan. The reason why you have that is because he wants to have a good fight, but he wants to make sure it doesn't threaten him as a WBC champion too much. Okay, that's why you have those type of selective fights. But if he knew that he wouldn't lose his designation, he'd take on a different fighter. So that's why I said Canelo Alvarez taking on Better BF is more, it can happen more now than ever. Why? Because if he loses, he doesn't lose his position. So it doesn't matter. He's going to fight all the big fights now. He's going to fight all the dangerous fights now because he doesn't lose his position. Lomachenko, he can go back down. We can have a fight with Lomachenko and Inoue. Because Lomachenko won't cherry pick. He won't duck. Why? Because he doesn't lose anything. Hey, give me all the big fights. You see what I'm saying? As far as Deontay Wilder, since he can't move up and down different weight classes, he can't get offered the franchise title anyway. There's no reason for him to have it. So him saying no to it is like, hey, man, I love the words, and I get it. And maybe he doesn't understand the franchise title all the way, but it really doesn't matter. I love the words, and because I love that he's in tune with the boxing community, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he wouldn't be offered the title. Even Terrence Crawford, when he said, hey, man, I don't want that franchise title. Well, you're not a WBC champion. We'll see if you want it or not if you become a WBC champion and then you're offered that designation where you can move up and down and fight all the big fights. Let's see what happens. Before we start hating, let's see what happens with Canelo after this. Does he fight Better BF next? Does he fight Billy Joe Saunders next? Does he fight Caleb Plant? Does he fight Smith? Does he fight? All the fights going to be big because it doesn't matter. He doesn't lose his title. You see what I'm saying? So though it's unfair for a lot of the boxers who win, the boxing community, the boxing fans win. I don't care who has what belt. And I said that in my live stream. I don't care who has what belt. I don't care who makes the most money. As long as I get to see the fights I want to see, just like Inoue versus Nonito Donaire. That's why I love the World Boxing Super Series, because we get to see the best fight the best, just like Pro Gray against Josh Taylor. As long as I'm seeing the fights that I want to see, then it really doesn't matter who hold what strap, who. I just want to see the fights, okay? So, like I said, it works for the promoter. It works for the fan. I'm not sure if it works for the boxer so much. I really don't, because I think people like Devin Haney, he would like to have a franchise. He want to beat you out of something. Charlo, same way. He wants to beat you out of something. But so it's not really working for the boxers, which is why the boxers going to talk against it, which is why Adrian Broner and Gervonta Tank Davis going to laugh at it. But for the fan, it actually works for us. We don't realize it. We don't realize it. The promoter, it definitely works for them. ShowBizz, don't. Hey, look, man. That Inoue versus Donaire was great. I know a lot of you in the comments are probably not going to listen to my entire explanation, just going to hate the franchise title because it's already in your brain to hate it. I'm just saying wait for a minute, see how it plans out. This is the purpose of the franchise title, and we'll see if it works. I'm out. Huh.